He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It's over. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Stop! This is over.
I'm sorry.
Wiz and Boomstick. If you are a Dragon Ball fan, you probably have heard their names before, and probably at least twice. The reason for this is because they are part of the channel ScrewAttack and make videos called Death Battles. They have made 2 death battles on Goku Vs Superman. Both of them are 2 of their most viewed videos on their channel with a combined 58 million views. With these 2 parts doing amazingly well, why don't they just make a 3rd part? And as Dragon Ball fans, should we even want a 3rd part? Personally, I don't feel like they will do that, but let's get into it, and here is why. So if you watch part 2, you'll get the theme of their video being that Goku just simply cannot defeat Superman.
Sure, due to the writing style of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint. Also, Goku will likely achieve a new form in the future. It's just how Dragon Ball works nowadays. However, none of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless. Ultimately, Goku vs Superman comes down to a difference of limits and purpose. What happens when you pit a man with the power to break any limits against a being with no limits in the first place? Well, only one has limits to give at all.
That no matter what, and even if Goku got a new form in the future, he would never be able to defeat Superman. Goku always breaks his limits, while Superman simply has no limits. Although this statement is kind of false, because technically Goku can just keep getting stronger like he always has. He technically will be limitless over time because he will break his limits every single time. But still, if you just go back and watch part 2, it gives off such a vibe that it is the end of the Goku vs Superman death battles no matter what. Keep in mind, they made this 2nd death battle before Dragon Ball Super even started. So there's a lot to cover since then. But still, it gives off such a vibe that's going to be ending no matter what. And even if Goku gets a new form, which they were right, he essentially has gotten 2 new forms, and 3 if you count Kaioken Blue. Now, Goku overall, like I just said, he's gotten Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken up to 20, Ultra Instinct Omen, which is the regular Ultra Instinct, and Mastered Ultra Instinct since then. And also he's got his base form many times stronger. And also need to be mentioned is that when they made part 2, little was known of the power of Super Saiyan God and the Super Saiyan Blue forms, because they were only in movie form at the time, with God being universal in the anime and Goku taking that into his base form and all the training stacked on that with Mastered Ultra Instinct. I would say a part 3 is warranted, as it is quite likely that according to their logic, base Goku in Dragon Ball Super now is stronger than the blue Goku they used, because the Goku in the 2 movies is weaker than in the anime. They already claimed and predicted Goku would get a new form. They were right, and I think they just did that so they wouldn't have to go through all the comments again to make a 3rd video. If you don't know much about part 1, that's the more popular one. It has 41 million views compared to part 2's 16 million views. I think the huge drop off was a lot of the Dragon Ball fans didn't even want to watch because of how bad the first one was. Now to put into context how bad part 1 was of this series, it was super wrong on the mathematics. So bad that they put at end of Dragon Ball GT Goku as a Super Saiyan 4 only 6.5 times stronger than Super Saiyan Goku on Namek. For context, that means they thought Super Saiyan 3 Goku, end of GT, was only 65% as strong as Super Saiyan Goku on Namek. That's right, they thought that Super Saiyan 3 Goku from GT was weaker than Super Saiyan Goku on Namek. Remember, a much stronger Mastered Super Saiyan Goku couldn't do anything to Cell, then there was Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and beginning of GT Goku is far stronger than Buu. So they were vastly off with their numbers because they said they didn't want to use power scaling, which now I know they said they wouldn't be power scaling, but that is literally what they did with the other parts of Goku and Superman. So it's a fair game to use power scaling, and plus they lowballed the Super Saiyan 4 multiplier without doing any sort of evidence. If you guys want an in-depth debunk on ScrewAttack's Goku vs Superman video, go check out Seth the Programmer's video on it. It is very insightful and shows just how wrong they were. But anyways, enough talking about the quality of their videos. This is supposed to be about why they are not doing it, and if they do, why we shouldn't even want it. But if you would like me to make my own version of debunking ScrewAttack, let me know down below. So even though part 2 was made to be an ending of the future possibilities for matchup, what if it wasn't? There could be other reasons why ScrewAttack wouldn't make a part 3 besides just the theme of part 2 being that, oh, Goku's never going to surpass him, so there's no point. And yeah, there is other reasons. Essentially, the lead guys who make Death Battle, or at least one of them, is a Superman fanboy. Now, from what I've heard, they do like Dragon Ball Z, but they like Superman more, much more. And this bias could lead to them not wanting to make a third because, let's just face it, Goku defeats nearly all versions of Superman right now. Okay, so let's talk about some feats that Goku has done in Super. Goku can literally revive himself after getting his heart stopped by Hit. He was able to resuscitate himself. Goku fought Hit, someone who could literally skip time. With time being stopped, Goku could still defeat him. Goku, when countering the time skip, is far better a speed feat than Superman has ever done that at least I've heard of. Then we have Goku spending 3 years in the time chamber, getting many Zenkai boosts, breaking his limits, getting regular Ultra Instinct Omen, and then finally getting Mastered Ultra Instinct. Goku defeated a Universal Plus character in Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and also broke out of a black hole in his regular blue form with really not a lot of effort, and Goku was really low on ki and stamina at that time. Goku also shook the Tournament of Power area, which is an infinite dimension. Also, it was shown that Goku's Spirit Bomb can actually do damage against Jiren, despite ScrewAttack saying it can only be used on good guys, which was proven false. Well, then Goku could use it on Superman, because they didn't do that in the Death Battle because they thought it wouldn't work. Plus, I believe it was never stated that it would only hurt bad people. It just stated that Good of Heart can deflect it, but never stated they are impervious to it. This Goku's base is far stronger than any of the hypothetical Gokus that ScrewAttack used. Now add Mastered Ultra Instinct on top of this, which would have to be bare minimum millions of times stronger than his base. A Goku that is a much better fighter, and Mastered Ultra Instinct isn't just a power form. This is something that lets him fight at great lengths, at great speed, and can dodge way faster than ever before. Remember, Jiren essentially countered Hit's time skip effortlessly while suppressed, but Jiren couldn't do jack shit to Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. Now, even if ScrewAttack does do a part 3, we won't even want it, and we should not want it. We already know that ScrewAttack will say power scaling is null and void, and will drastically lowball Goku. I predict if they do it, they're going to say something like, oh, Super Saiyan God Goku was universal, but since he wasn't later in the series, or didn't show his feats of him being universal later in the series, that was just an inconsistency and they won't use that. I bet you that will happen. And then they'll say that Superman will always be limitless, and then it will show Superman winning in another bullshit way. Because in the part 2, Goku, as a Super Saiyan Blue, did a full power Kamehameha, and Superman walked through it, and then lobotomized Goku. That was a huge spit on the face of Dragon Ball fans. Remember guys, this means they thought that Super Saiyan Blue Goku wasn't even close to Superman. Not even close, because Superman literally tanked this. We already know that this is probably what's going to happen. And ScrewAttack is pretty inconsistent with their fights. They had pre-Dragon Ball GT Vegeta fight Shadow from the Sonic series. Vegeta won this fight pretty easily, and, well, recently they did a video talking about Sonic versus Goku. And this was Dragon Ball Super Goku. And the team who makes the Death Battles actually had a debate about this. I mean, base Goku in Super shits on Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta from the Buu Saga. And therefore, he would shit on Sonic, since Sonic and Shadow are very comparable in power and skills. So, why being so consistent with, if Z Vegeta can defeat Shadow pretty easily, then why is Super Goku and Sonic close? That's a very, very inconsistent discussion and debate. Now, there was 4 people on the panel. 3 did say that Goku should win. 1 said that Sonic would win. But still, it shouldn't even been a debate. Like, I don't know why it was even a debate. Also, in that Vegeta vs Shadow Death Battle, they thought that Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 were both 500% multipliers. That means they thought Super Saiyan 2 was a 36 times multiplier on base form. Really? God, this is really bad. I can see why people like Death Battle. It is definitely entertaining, and the way they portray the math and the feats, it does look very convincing. So I ask the question to you guys. Do you really want a part 3? Even if they have Goku somehow win at the end of the episode, they'll probably say, Goku wins this time, but then Superman will eventually overcome him with his limitless power. Anyways guys, I just want to make a video on this because these videos are still picking up many views every single day. I was just thinking about topics to talk about during the gap between the end of Super and the new movie coming out in the end of 2018. And this is what I thought of, and I thought it would have been an interesting topic to bring up right now. So overall, I don't think that they'll be making a part 3, and if they do, I think it's going to have a very bad outcome, at least for Dragon Ball fans, because ScrewAttack is very notorious for downplaying Dragon Ball characters and don't want to use power scaling, when power scaling can definitely be used. Okay, one of the main knocks on power scaling is the high balls, but you could just take a mid ball, you could even take a low ball. But power scaling is logical and it makes sense, and it's really not that hard to do, and I think that ScrewAttack literally deliberately didn't use power scaling in the part 1 because Goku probably would have defeated that Superman. But anyways guys, what do you think? Let me know down below. Who wins, Goku or Superman? Do you think ScrewAttack will make a part 3 or no? And if a part 3 is made, how do you think it will go? Goku winning? Superman winning? Feel free to comment your thoughts. But anyways guys, please do leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, join my Discord, and follow me on Twitter. And thanks to all my Patreon supporters, Zachtrotaku and Hodag Hunter. Those are my Super Saiyans. Thanks to my Super Saiyan 2s, Darius, Israel Flores, Dutch Gamer Monkey, Connor Trigg, Locke, Gerald Herbert, Anime Paradox, Griffin Jacob, and Mystic Ghoul. And thanks to my Super Saiyan 3s, Scotland Serenity, Daraj Payton, Sin Overlord 17, Badass Thug, and the really awesome dude that only supports Broku on Patreon. And thanks to my new Patreon supporter, Shook Red. Thank you guys so much for all the support on my Patreon. It really does mean a lot, and it really does help me out. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Peace out.